Hey guys! So it's almost Halloween and my camera hates me. I'm just that pale. I'm sorry. So it's almost Halloween, at least at the time that I'm filming this, and that means that we can get spooky and it's okay. Because like I get spooky all year, but I really get to get spooky this time of year and it's really fun. So I went on eBay about a week ago and I ordered some old medical textbooks. Now, if you don't know, I am a big person that loves science and I love biology and I want to go into a medical field. So I also love old things. So I wanted to order some old medical books. I have 20 of them here and they were $40. Now when you might be thinking $40 is a lot of money, but I also got 20 books, so they're about $2 a book, which is really good when some of these older books are selling for upwards of $300 each. So a lot of these books are nursing books. Now I do not wish to be a nurse, but I think these books are still really cool and could have some educational value to me, though they are older. So I thought I would just show you all the books. I got these from a bookstore in Maine. They were trying to get rid of extra stock, so they sold their books on eBay. Not judging, because I got some awesome books out of it. So here's the first book. It is A General History of Nursing. It doesn't have like a cover, but it has nice writing on the spine. It's a blue book. Do some ASMR. Oh my gosh, will you stop? Thank you. So it's nice, it's kind of textured. There's the nice pages. There's a little spill. Like, they're not perfect. Oh my gosh. I'll wait. Or maybe I won't. I'll just focus. There it goes. Okay, hi, I'm back. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so there is, this one has pictures in it. Let me try to find a year on this one. (1933) was this book when it was published. Now also in here I have two medical journals. These were both written by the same person. They were written by, let me find it. Eleni Stevens? Eleni Stevens, maybe? Eleni Stevens is, I believe, how you pronounce her name. So this second one has a lot more of her, procedures and, how to make a bed, how to, whatever. Ignore the dogs. And this one, that's pretty cool. But what's even cooler is this one. It says reliable on it. And the first thing that I saw when I opened it up was this. Now, if you don't know what this is a uniform handbook for the U.S. Cadet Nurse Corps. So, Elena, is that how I said her name? Stevens was a nurse in the war, and that's really cool. Of course, it's very sad that it's a sad thing that she served in the war, but it's kind of a cool thing at the same time. And this has a lot more of her personal documents. It's kind of clear that she lived with at least one other person because she was making a lot of grocery lists and, trying to balance expenses. And it's really cool. So this was also a book. It was graded. There's like tests in here. And those are really cool. So the next book we have in here is Nursing History, the 7th edition. Again, most of these titles are on their spines. It's a nice brown book with her name in here again. You want to see her signature? There it is. Let's see. This one has the earliest copyright as 1916 and its latest copyright is 1938. So that kind of gives you an age range. So this one was probably she probably got it in 1938, just based on the age of everything else in this box. It doesn't really seem plausible that she got it in the 1916. But I don't know. Let's go with this one next. It's a nice red one. This is the Essentials of Medicine by Emberson and Taylor, the 14th edition. It's red. This one's pretty faded. Again, her name is in this one. There's a nice list of Latin things. This one has some ink in it. Someone spilled their ink. I'm not seeing a copyright in this book. Wait. So this is 1938, and it gives a copyright for each of the editions. So the first edition of this book was printed in 1908, and the most recent copyright that it has in here is by 1938. So this is an older book. Well, its other editions are very old, and I keep blowing out the camera. What's new? Ooh, this is an outline of general psychology by Hilburn. It's the second edition. There you go. You can see that. This one has another name in it, but it looks like it's just initials. This one has some water damage. Some of the pages are sticking together, but that's okay. This is copyright 1937. We have this black one, which is the Textbook of Anatomy and Psychology, the 11th edition. This one has some paper in it. Ooh, and a lot of names. But again, the same Eleanor, something, Stevens. Let's see what's on this paper. Looks like a note page, maybe? Like someone was taking notes. Maybe Eleanor, or Ellie, or however we're pronouncing. Yep, it's a note page. So this is copyrighted 1980 or 1893. But this, well, that's the original copyright, it looks like. 1942. Looks like it's earliest copyright. So there's that textbook. There's a lot in here still, if you're wondering. This is Nutrition in Health and Disease. It's the 8th edition. Nice burgundy color. It's very beautiful. Again, it was Eleni's, maybe that's how you say her name. There's a breakfast tray in the first page, because who doesn't want to see a beautiful picture of a breakfast tray? I mean, healthy nutrition. 1941 is the copyright in this book. That's a really easy way to, if you're wondering why I'm telling you the copyright, it's because it's a really quick and easy way to figure out how old a book is by the copyright. That's when it was published. This is Chemistry with Laboratory Manual for Nurses. Oh, this one has it on the front. I could have just read that. By Harry C. Biddle, maybe. Again, it was Eleanor Stevens. This is the 2nd edition. So it also includes certain essential principles from organic, and biochemistry. It's a book combined text and laboratory manual. It has 2 copyright dates, 1931 and 1940, both within the time frame of most of these books. So it's really plausible that she could have gotten these at any of those times, either of those copyrights, but Nice little book. This next book is this beautiful blue color, and it's Microbiology and Pathology for Nurses by Morse, Frobisher, and Rain, with a copyright. Again, it's Ellen. I'm gonna keep saying her name differently. Stevens. It's Stevens. Here are the professors that I suppose wrote it. It says 1942. Next, we have another little black book called The Final Diagnosis by Arthur Haley. It's a very light book. You know, it's not very heavy. A little dirty. This does not have any names inside. Copyright 1959, for this one. Okay. Oof. This one is a really heavy book. It is The Principles and Practice of Nursing, the 4th edition. This is the textbook. Okay, so this has the copyright of 1939 for this lovely book. We're almost at 15 minutes and we still have like half the box to go. I have a big mouth. We have the Nurse's Handbook of Obstetrics, the 7th edition. Ooh, this is like a little letter in it, like that was written in the book. There's a little diagram of how to burp a baby. Come on. Wait, 6th or 7th edition? 6th. I thought it was the 7th. Oh, well. 1940 for this one, so a little bit of an older book. This is the Surgical Nursing, 6th edition. I'm running out of time, so we're just going to go over titles. We have the textbook of Matrica Medica Pharmacology and Therapeutics. I'm running out of space to put these books. We have Enzyme and Actions and Properties. One of my favorites right here is the American Pocket Medical Dictionary. So it's a little dictionary for medical terms. A review of nursing, so this was probably later in her studies. Ugh. Oof. Oops. These last two are huge books. So this is from 1967, one of the older, or the newer books in this box. This is the Physician's Desk Reference to Pharmaceutical Specialties and Biologicals. It's very big. Like, this is my head, and this is the book. It's huge. And the last book in here is equally as big, and it is the Psychological Basis of Medical Practice, 4th edition. And within a lot of these books are pieces of paper and different types of things that I will discover, and so on and so forth, and have a grand old time. If you're wondering, this box weighed, I believe, oh, I had it, 46 pounds of books. So I hope you guys enjoyed my little unboxing, and if you didn't, well, I'm sorry. It was a little boring, I guess. But for all of you who enjoyed, I'm very glad that you enjoyed, and I hope I will see you all next time. Bye!